Well, like I said last week, this week is focused on the upstairs room. That's why the video looks strange. So this room, and I say room loosely here, because it's actually the closet in my master bedroom. Yeah, closet. It's like the size of a small bedroom. We actually used to keep a queen-size bed, dresser, and a nightstand. All that kind of stuff in here a few years ago. I thought it was hilarious that we had a full-on bedroom set in there. At one point, it was my niece's bedroom when she was a baby. I never actually got around to hang the poles and whatnot in order to use this room for clothes, which is what it's supposed to be used for. So it's real tricky to try and record in this particular space. So the camera is technically sitting in the bathroom, which is why the lighting is kind of bizarre. So you can see that we got the 5x5 from the room downstairs. It's been moved up and assembled. That was tricky because there's no place upstairs that you can lay it down and properly assemble it. So we had to build it in an awkward angle and then flip it around. And after the debacle with losing the other 5x5, that was really scary. I'm just glad that it's built and in the closet. I moved all of the really tall books over from the other shelves. All of the Seven Seas Danmei, all of the older DMP volumes, that type of stuff. And for those of you that are tempted to zoom, sorry, this video is actually running late because I went through the process of making sure that everything was blurred. So enjoy those wonderful blurred effects of my boys in the background. I apologize profusely, but I just did not want to possibly offend YouTube. But I'm quite fond of my collection of boys. I don't know, didn't want to take the chance. You know how men tend to have their girl figures? Well, I have my boy figures. And I guess you could say I'm just too lazy to get them dressed. So they just kind of stand there, nude. I'm not quite out of space on top of my bookshelf yet. I am expecting about 4 more of those figures, and they are a bit pricey, but they just keep releasing new ones that are so, oh my gosh, amazing. As you will see soon, now that I have all this extra space, I'm really looking forward to all the new licenses from Seven Seas, Yen Press, Square Enix, Tokyo Pop, DMP, Furukiya, Animate International, Kodansha, and everybody else. There are so many BL licenses that have been announced this year. It's really exciting to see that all of the publishers are embracing the genre that used to really kind of be shied away from 10, 20 years ago. I remember that so many publishers used to just make a different imprint because they did not want to be associated with their main imprint. So it's really close to my heart that all of these publishers are just embracing the BL world for what it is. This genre has always been my absolute favorite. It is by far the genre that I have collected the longest. Some of the other things I'm really excited to add to this room would be the Chinese BL novels that are coming out over the next year. Some of those publishers would be Rosme, Via Lactee, Seven Seas, Peach Flower House. They have been putting out more and more of these over the last year or two. And oh my gosh, if you like BL, these novels are just amazing. The stories just have a depth that is next level. Personally, I am a huge lover of everything wuxia, and I've always loved Chinese dramas and Korean dramas, especially historical. So being able to enjoy those in BL form was like absolute cherry on top, the best thing ever. So when they started being published in English, it was a no-brainer to start buying them as well. Enough about that. I know I touched on this last week, but part of the reason I was working on this room is because I had a medical flare-up, and so I was just popping out of bed here and there to work on the room as I felt well. I was diagnosed with another medical condition a couple weeks ago, and I actually am going in next week to get a bunch of medical procedures done. Hopefully I am not completely incapacitated, and I will still be able to get another video edited for you guys next week. If all goes well, I believe that video will be focused on the ceiling downstairs. Now, I know last week I was telling you guys to check out my Instagram because we do have a little tiny giveaway going regarding what you might think is happening with the ceiling. One of my husband's coworkers actually came really close, so I'm curious to think what anybody else might have in mind. See you next week.